Hi, you guys. I just met a brother from Nigeria. Um, I can't say his name right now. I don't want to mess it up. I heard it. I think it's with an N there. I'll also listen to his video again. But his name on YouTube is Sunlight. This is one of his videos. America is actually the West Africa. Linguistics evidence, and it makes sense because even if you look at the continents, South America looks like a puzzle piece that you can just stick on Africa. You can clearly see at one point it was attached to Africa. Also, we know that we've been over here in this land for a long time. Like we can see from the Olmec statues and other civilizations and the Chata people, we see our faces all throughout South America, Central America, and North America. Now, this video I'm making, I don't know if I made a video of this before. This was one of the first visions that the Most High gave me. And because this brother here is from Nigeria, when I heard his voice, I knew he was an Israelite. Because he's from Nigeria, I definitely want him to hear this. And I want you guys as well to hear this and let me know your thoughts. So one of my first visions in the very beginning, maybe back in 2016, I was living up in a desert on a mountaintop. They call it the high desert. It was in Barstow, California. And I was living there in peace. The Most High has put me on another high mountain now in peace. But at that time I was living there, and I had started reading the Bible, and I had stopped being a Christian, or began to stop thinking I was Christian, and I had started praying to the true Most High. And what ended up happening was I had a vision. Well, it wasn't really a vision. It was more like a dream or an experience. And, well, it was an experience. This was like one of my very first experiences with the Most High. It wasn't the first one, but one of the first. Or maybe it was the first one. I don't remember. But this is what happened. In the dream, I saw myself, and I didn't have any shoes on. I don't think I had shoes on. But when I looked down at my feet, I saw that I was wearing this garment. It was almost like the color white, but it had a brown golden tint on it. So kind of like two-tone cars. You look at it and it looks green. You look at it again, it looks purple. Like the robe I had, it was like something that went all the way down to my ankles. And it was very white, but you can tell that it was made out of plants. You know, it wasn't like the processed fabric you see now. You could clearly tell that it came from stems, and like it had that brown tint or golden tint on it. It was a very beautiful fabric. So I was covered in this fabric, and I think my head was covered in the same fabric. I had like some type of long fabric covering my hair. And it was, I don't know what it was called, but my head was covered, my body was covered, only my face and my feet and my hands were not covered. So I looked to the ground, and I was walking up this old path, and I realized I was on a mountain, a very tall mountain. I didn't look down, but I could look out and tell I was up very high on a very high mountain. And I was the only one there. There was no one else anywhere. In sight, in earshot, I could hear. There was no other person. I was there alone, or so I thought. So I was walking. I continued to walk. It's like I was being guided to some place. And as I kept walking, I came to the entrance of a cave. And I went into the cave. And in the cave, there was this huge book. And it was spread wide open. And there was a candle in front of this book. So I went over to the book, and the pages were made out of something similar to the fabric I was wearing, but it was like maybe thinner. The pages were like that white color with like a brown tinge or a brown tint. And in the book, to the page that it was open, I did not turn the pages. I did not close the book. I didn't open the book. I didn't do anything except look inside and read the book. And there were 4 words, like there was a large left page and a large right page. There were 4 words close to the inseam on the left page in a small list, 1, 2, 3, 4, vertical. And the only word I can remember reading was one that said Ubanjiji or Ubangiji. And it was spelled like Ubanjiji or U. That's what I remember it being. Ubanjiji, like Ubanjiji. And I thought it was such a strange, I had never seen a word like this. The way that it was written with the U's and the B's and the double J's and I's, I had never seen a word like this. And when I woke up from this vision or this experience, I remembered the spelling of this word. I don't know what the other 3 words above it were, but it was the last word at the bottom, the 4th word, which was Ubanjiji. And I started looking on my phone. I wrote the word down. I started looking on my phone. I didn't find anything. I just kept looking on Google and other places. I didn't find anything. And then I changed the spelling from J-I at the end to G-I. And I found that the word Ubangiji, I found Nigerians singing this song to Ubangiji. Now, I knew nothing about Nigeria. I knew where it was located. I didn't know. Actually, I grew up with Nigerians, now that I'm thinking about it. But we didn't know that. I had no idea they were Nigerian. I thought that their mother was from the United States. I knew of 2 families with the Nigerian father and a American mother, like a mother from the U.S. The mother was Israelite as well, like a black lady. And but I didn't know they were Nigerian until we got older, So anyway, I found these videos of these Nigerians singing this song about Ubangiji, and turns out it was the word for God, or like the Most High. And I looked up the language, and it was a Hausa language in Nigeria. I had never heard of the language Hausa. I didn't know it existed. I didn't know anything about Nigeria, to be honest. I knew they spoke English. I didn't know any Nigerians personally. And I started looking into this Hausa language, and I pulled up some videos on YouTube, and it was very strange because when I heard the Hausa language, it sounded like I had been hearing it all of my life, even though this was the first time I ever heard of it. I didn't even know it existed in the flesh. I didn't know, but I hearing that, because I speak Spanish and I speak English, and I speak a good amount of Portuguese, as Brazilian Portuguese. So when I hear languages, I can recognize them. I used to speak a little bit of French. I can recognize French when I hear it. Hausa is a language I never heard in my life, ever, not one time. But when I started listening to some of the videos, I started to listen to some movies in Hausa, and it sounded like such a familiar language. It didn't sound like anything strange or anything foreign. It definitely didn't sound like I never heard it before. It sounded like I knew what they were saying. It sounded like a language that I'd spoken before, or someone in my ancestors' past has spoken before. And I thought, well, I didn't know what to think, because I didn't know any Nigerians. There was no Nigerians I could call or ask any questions. And I just never forgot that, but I just moved on. And I have listened to some people. I can't think of the guy's name right now. It's a famous singer in Nigeria. He always wears these big rings on his finger and like a like a circle hat. His name, I can't think of his name right now. I think it's with a K. I can't think of his name right now. I'm trying to think of some of his songs. I don't remember his song. I remember how the song goes. It's like da 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 da. I don't remember his name right now. It's something with a K, I think. He sings a lot of songs about like the king or the emperor of Nigeria, but I can't remember his name right now. But if you guys, let me know. Like I said, I still don't know very much about Nigeria, but I know this brother here, Sunlight, is from Lagos, and I don't know if that means lakes in Nigeria, but in Spanish, Lagos means lakes. I just wanted to say this vision to see if maybe he knows anything about it. I'm not sure if he speaks Hausa, but this is an experience I had in the very beginning. So I just wanted to make this video, and I'll post it now. You guys, please tell me what your thoughts are.